The poor work for money. The rich make money work for them.
What if everything you were taught about success was wrong? What if every time you woke up, dragged yourself out of bed, and traded your hours for a paycheck? You weren't building a future. You were digging a deeper grave. Because here's the truth no one dares to speak. The poor work for money, but the rich, they make money work for them. This isn't just about dollars. This is about identity, about whether you were built to obey or born to build, whether you were taught to chase comfort or trained to command destiny. And if you're listening to this, something inside you's done with the lies. Because deep down, you've always known the system was never designed to set you free. It was built to make you dependent. From the classroom to the cubicle, from the first bell to the last breath, they sold you the dream of security while handing you the reality of servitude. Go to school, get a job, work hard, save money, retire when you're too old to live the life you wanted. That's not a plan. That's a prison sentence. And the worst part, most people don't even see the bars. They're proud of the cage, proud of being overworked, underpaid, and forgotten in the machine, because they were never taught to see beyond it. They were never shown how the rich play a different game with different rules. The poor are told to fear debt. The rich learn to use it. The poor are told to save money. The rich multiply it. The poor work for income. The rich build assets. And while the poor chase promotions, the rich create empires. But this isn't about blame. This is about awakening. Because if you're still breathing, it's not too late. You can change the story, but only if you have the courage to burn the script you were handed. Let me tell you something. History remembers well. Every titan you admire was once underestimated. Every millionaire you envy once stood in the shadows, broke and laughed at. Walt Disney was fired for lacking creativity. Thomas Edison was told he was too stupid to learn. Henry Ford went bankrupt 5 times. Carnegie started with nothing but vision and iron will. And Lincoln, he lost more times than he won until the only victory that mattered made history remember his name. They didn't succeed because someone gave them permission. They succeeded because they refused to live like everyone else. That's the line that separates the poor from the rich. Not money, not opportunity, mindset. You can have nothing in your pockets and still be richer than a man with $1 million in the bank. Because real wealth isn't stored in your wallet, it's stored in your mind. It's how you think when the world says no. It's how you act when the odds are against you. It's how you see failure not as a wall, but a mirror, revealing where you need to grow. And you will fail. Let that be clear. You will fall. You will get bruised. You will be humbled by the mountain. But here's the question that matters most. Will you climb again? Because most people won't. They'll take that first rejection and call it fate. They'll feel the burn of risk and run back to comfort. But comfort is where dreams go to die. You weren't born for a safe life. You were born for a strong one, and strength is forged in friction. Understand this, the rich are not superheroes. They are not lucky. They are not better than you. They just play the game with open eyes. They know that every dollar they earn must be deployed, not stored. That every risk is a classroom, not a curse. That money is a soldier, not a master. And when you understand that, you stop chasing income and start building legacy. Because while others ask, how can I afford this? The rich ask, how can I create this? And that shift, that one question, changes everything. The moment you stop asking for permission to live is the moment life starts to answer. You've got a fire inside you that no school can teach, no job can reward, and no failure can extinguish. But that fire must be fed. Fed with vision, with discipline, with relentless learning, with the courage to question every rule written for a different world. Because here's the final truth they don't teach you. The system is not broken, it's working exactly as designed. It was built to keep you obedient, to make you trade your time for a salary, to make you scared of debt, terrified of risk, and addicted to comfort. It wasn't made for you to be rich. It was made for you to be useful to someone else. But today, right now, you can choose different. Not by quitting your job tomorrow, not by pretending to be a millionaire on social media, but by rewiring your mind, by learning what they never taught you, by seeing money not as something to earn, but as something to command. The rich make money work for them. It's a mindset, a muscle, a practice. And it starts when you stop asking, how do I make more? and start asking, how do I make money move without me? Build the skill, build the mindset, build the discipline to learn, apply, fail, adjust, repeat until it becomes who you are. Because the rich don't just own businesses, they own themselves. They don't just build income, they build identity, and that identity is built on clarity. Clarity is power. The poor wake up each day asking, what do I need to do to survive? The rich rise and declare, this is where I'm going. This is who I am becoming. Clarity is not just about goals, it's about alignment. Every decision, every sacrifice, every action serves a single vision, not scattered desires, not fleeting motivation, but a definitive outcome backed by unwavering belief. When you know who you are and what you're building, you stop getting distracted by noise. You don't chase trends, you create direction. You don't wait for the world to offer you a path, you pave your own. The truth is, people who lack clarity are the easiest to control. They drift, they wait, they hesitate, and the system counts on that hesitation. Because when you don't know where you're going, it's easy for someone else to decide for you. But the rich, the truly wealthy, are led by vision, not fantasy, not ego, not blind hope, but vision that's earned through deep reflection, raw honesty, and bold decisions. Walt Disney wasn't building cartoons, he was building an empire of imagination. Elon Musk isn't building cars, he's building the future. Oprah didn't become wealthy by luck, she became a global force because she aligned every breath, every broadcast, every battle with a single purpose: freedom through truth. So I ask you, what's your vision? Because if it's just to make more money, you'll end up with more problems. If it's just to escape the 9-to-5, you'll find yourself trapped in a new version of the same cage. You must aim higher. You must want something bigger than comfort, a mission, a purpose, a reason to become unrecognizable to your old self. And with that purpose comes the fuel that drives it all: discipline, not motivation. Motivation is cheap. It fades, it lies. Discipline is different. Discipline shows up after the feeling is gone. Discipline pushes you when it's raining, when you're broke, when no one is watching. The poor chase convenience. The rich master consistency. Because here's what the world won't tell you. Money doesn't respond to desire, it responds to discipline. It rewards those who put in the unseen work, who master their craft, who track their results, who study when others sleep, who invest when others spend. It flows to those who respect its rules and reshape their habits around it. Want to get rich? Get uncomfortable. Wake up earlier. Read obsessively. Kill your excuses. Track your time like a billionaire tracks his investments. Make every dollar a soldier and every day a battlefield. You are not behind. You are not broken. But you are responsible. No one is coming to save you. No government, no mentor, no job. This is your rescue mission. And once discipline becomes part of you, you'll unlock the next phase: action. Because knowledge without movement is nothing. Strategy without courage is wasted genius. And dreams without execution are just hallucinations. You want results? Move. Don't wait for the perfect plan, act on the one you have. You will learn more by doing in a month than most learn by thinking for years. You will fail, yes, but you will rise faster, stronger, wiser, because every step forward builds momentum, and momentum beats perfection every single time. Let others talk, let others doubt, let others watch. You build. Let your days become bricks. Let your effort become architecture. Let your life become proof. And when the noise grows loud, when doubt creeps in, when the world throws chaos in your face, return to this gratitude. Not just as a feeling, but as a discipline. Because gratitude isn't passive. It's not "I'm thankful when things are good." No, it's "I will find the power in every moment, especially the hard ones." Gratitude is the force that transforms struggle into strength. It turns failures into feedback. It lets you keep building when others break. The rich are not just rich in bank accounts, they are rich in perspective. They see setbacks as setups. They see chaos as opportunity. They train their minds to find the lesson, the leverage, the light in every dark room. Because the truth is, life won't go according to plan. Markets will crash. People will leave. Deals will fall apart. But the rich, they adapt. They bend without breaking. They pivot without panic. because they know the only thing more valuable than success is the ability to reinvent. Adaptability is the shield, resilience is the sword, and those who possess both are unstoppable. Resilience, it's not what you show when you're winning, it's who you are when nothing is going right. When your bank account is gasping, when your friends stop believing, when every door slams shut and the only voice cheering for you is your own. That's when your true value is revealed. You see, most people will try until it hurts. The rich keep going after it hurts. Because they've realized something the poor never learn. Pain is the price of power. You don't grow without it. You don't rise without it. You don't transform without going through fire. But the fire doesn't come to destroy you, it comes to refine you. Steel is forged under pressure, diamonds are formed in heat, and the most legendary lives are always born from the ashes of struggle. Resilience isn't about pretending it doesn't hurt. It's about choosing to keep going, especially when it does. That's what makes you rich. Not the money, the mindset. Because a rich man can lose everything and build it all back. But a poor man with a lucky break, he loses it the moment the wind changes. Why? Because without resilience, every gain is temporary. Without resilience, every loss is permanent. But you are not average. You are not meant to quit. You are not here to survive. You are here to rise. And the path of rising demands that you become a lifelong learner. That you never assume you've arrived. That you treat every day as a classroom. That you humble yourself in front of the truth. And never stop sharpening the sword of your mind. The poor chase entertainment. The rich seek education. Not the kind handed out in schools with dusty textbooks and outdated rules, but the kind forged in battle, bought with mistakes, and refined through real-world experience. Read books not to impress others, but to rebuild your brain. Find mentors not to copy, but to grow from. Ask better questions. Take relentless notes. Learn from your losses. And treat your mind like the most valuable asset you'll ever own, because it is. Money can be lost. Houses can burn. Jobs can vanish. Markets can crash. But wisdom, skill, adaptability, belief, those are recession-proof. And that's what the rich protect above all else, not their income, but their edge. Because the world is always changing. Technology shifts, economies evolve, industries rise and fall. But if you keep evolving, you can thrive in any era. Lifelong learners become lifelong leaders, and leaders become legends, not because they knew everything, but because they never stopped learning. So ask yourself right now, are you learning or are you looping? Are you living the same year 10 times and calling it growth? Or are you stacking skills, expanding perspective, becoming more dangerous with every sunrise? The rich don't fear change, they initiate it. They disrupt industries. They question assumptions. They take bold leaps while the masses wait for approval. Because here's the ultimate truth. You don't get rich by playing safe. You get rich by playing smart. And smart means learning faster than your fear. It means building so much value that the world cannot ignore you. It means crafting such a powerful mindset that not even a recession can steal your purpose. Because when the poor panic, the rich prepare. When the poor retreat, the rich reposition. When the poor complain, the rich create. And when everyone else is waiting for a sign, the rich become the signal. So if you've been living small, if you've been waiting for luck, if you've been listening to voices that told you to be realistic, play it safe, don't dream too big. Here's your wake-up call. That mindset isn't yours, it was installed. By people who gave up on their own greatness. By a system that needed obedient workers, not empowered builders. By fear disguised as love. By comfort dressed up as responsibility. But that mindset can be uninstalled. Right now. By you. No one else is going to do it for you. Not your boss, not your parents, not your government. It's on you now. And you have everything you need. You have pain, use it. You have pressure, channel it. You have doubt, turn it into fuel. You have fire. Let it burn the limits inside you. You are not your bank account. You are not your job title. You are not the failures that tried to break you. You are the architect of your identity, the author of your future, and the master of money once you decide to be. The poor work for money. The rich make money, work for them. That is not a quote, it is a commandment. And from this moment forward, it is yours. So now what? Now that the truth is burning in your chest, now that you see the world for what it is, not a playground, but a game board, where the rules were written by the players who move first, where the winners don't ask for permission, they take their turn. The question is no longer, is it possible? The question is, will you rise or will you remain? Because this isn't about money, not really. Money is just a mirror. It reflects what you believe about yourself. It exposes whether you're leading your life or renting it from someone else. Most people wake up and live the same day 28,000 times until they die. They never question the system. They never build the plan. They never take control. But you've seen behind the curtain. You know now that the game is not fair, but it is beatable. You know that the rich don't have more luck, they have more leverage. And that leverage begins with one simple but terrifying truth. You must become the person who no longer needs the paycheck. Not because you're reckless, not because you despise jobs, but because you crave freedom more than comfort, because you'd rather build your own dream than slave away building someone else's. And if that scares you, good, it should, because transformation never begins in safety. It begins in fire and risk, in the tension between what you fear and what you refuse to settle for. Fear is not the enemy. Fear is the gatekeeper. It stands at the border between your current life and the one that's calling you. The poor turn around when they see fear. The rich walk through it. So here's the final command: bet on yourself. Even when the odds aren't perfect, even when the plan is messy, even when you're surrounded by people who would rather stay broke than take responsibility. You were not born to live beneath your potential. You were not created to blend in. You were not designed for obedience, routine, and silent frustration. You are a force. You are a movement. You are a builder of wealth, a warrior of mindset, a commander of time. You don't chase money, you give it orders. You don't fear debt, you use it as a tool. You don't rely on jobs, you build income streams that pay you in your sleep. And you don't work for money, money works for you. So rise now. Rise with clarity. Rise with vision. Rise with the discipline to outlast the doubt. Rise with gratitude that even your pain has served you. Rise with adaptability that bends but never breaks. Rise with resilience that gets louder with every hit. Rise as a student of life, a teacher of truth, and a leader of legacy. Because the rich don't wait for change, they become the change. And today, that begins with you. This is your rebirth. This is your new code. This is your moment. The poor work for money, but from this day forward, you make money work for you. Live like it, build like it, become it. Now,